Good evening. Good evening. Dana, 7 day. Today your birthday, Dana? Happy birthday. Good evening, everyone. It's been a while, right? It's been a while. Hello, Kathy, Nicole, Dana. I saw Karen, Kathy up there. Karen, Luann, how's everybody doing? Beth, how are you? Laura, John McGinnis, Deb, hello, hello, hello. And here we are making our entrance as usual. The
Happy birthday, Dana.
the one we all know and love.
It's a good thing you said that.
What? What did I say? Hello, Rhonda. How are you? So it's been a while. Hello, Christopher. Rhonda. Jennifer, how are you? Yeah, it's been a while. Feels like it's been a while. I think we went live. Oh, I don't even know. God, the last time. But we've been very, very busy. Good busy for a change.
Very
Relaxing.
good,
Having a good time. Imagine that. Imagine that. Good time. We Nancy.
Nancy.
Nancy's on. Karen.
Christopher.
So we had an amazing, awesome weekend at the Waynesboro / Gettysburg holiday event that we did. We were talking yesterday on the way home that hey Heather, that we could not have planned or scripted a better weekend than the one we had. It was really good, really fun. A lot of people were there both nights. Great weekend. Kathy was there. Hello, Ann. How are you? We're gonna just kind of go over Celine. How are you? The highlights. And again, for you guys who couldn't make it, you missed a good one. Fantastic weekend. Nicole's right. Nicole was there. Mike, great seeing them again. So you guys had a blast. Yeah, we had an amazing time. We drove up there Friday. We didn't leave till later because we had some stuff to do. So we didn't get into town till
4:35.
Yeah. And the event started at 6. So we kind of like put our stuff in a room, came down, and there were people there already, which was awesome. Pam and Steve. We haven't seen them since the expo, which seemed like longer, but we didn't really get to hang out with them at the expo. So good seeing them and talking to them. And then all the people that we knew were there Friday night. I mean,
oh yeah, we never get the opportunity to sit down and talk and enjoy like we did, and I had a blast.
Yeah, I mean, Friday night, it was a lot of the people that you guys have seen on here that we've known for years. Cody Satori got there a little late. They got there probably 5:30 because they were stuck in traffic.
Yep.
But man, Friday night was awesome. It was great just hanging out with people Frank's Pizza, of course. Are you kidding me, John? You even have to ask that question. Um, it was great hanging out with people beforehand. Um, just seeing everyone. Everyone was so relaxed in such a good mood and talking to each other. I mean, that was like I didn't even want to do the ghost hunt to be honest with you because I was having so much fun just being there with
Yeah,
everyone.
and changing gears. Yeah,
Yes.
that was tough.
So we're kind of there. We're in that hangout holiday mode, like, wow, we have a ghost hunt to do. You know, Cody Satori, set up what objects they had. I think they brought like 5 or 6 of them. And again, it was meet and greet, hangout, good time. I could go, what?
It was 5. I was playing them in my head.
Some things never change, people. Rain Man's got to let me know exactly how many were there. Um, Patricia was there. Hello, Kathy. So again, a lot of the regulars, a lot of our friends were there. I don't want to start naming names because I will definitely forget people for sure, and I don't want anybody get upset with me. It was nice for you to be able to talk to.
It was.
Yeah,
it was, Teresa.
We and again, the people that were there were just people that we've known. Some were new, like Patricia.
Yeah.
I don't know how Patricia got in. I swear I left a picture with the Waynesboro Police Department, and I don't know how she got in, but somehow she got both days. Right? She was there both days, right?
Yes.
She got in both days. I don't know how that happened, but won't happen again, Patricia. That I can promise you. But again, Nicole, Mike, Deb with her husband, shocked to see Deb's husband, whose name I forget. Mike? He's another Mike? Mm-hmm. Anne, Brian, Sally, Amber. I mean, I'm going Kathy. I'm going down to like who I can remember in my head as being there. Lynn being there Friday night. Who am I forgetting? God, there was, again, I'm like trying to go to, this is why I didn't want to, because it was just.
But you did, and I can't help you.
Well, you're usually really good with the names.
Not tonight.
Anyway, the objects she can remember. She can probably tell you every object that was there. And
that's right, Deb.
Mike actually went to see Godzilla. He didn't want to go do the ghost hunt.
And Thanksgiving.
I can relate to that. But so then they brought Jolene, Liza. They had like a cross.
Yeah, the rosary.
The rosary. They had this new doll that they didn't have any information about.
No name. That was it. She called No Name.
Well, I just said this new doll that they didn't have a no name. That's your contribution to no name.
The angel, the Christmas angel.
Yeah, the Furt angel, the one with the fire, and which is kind of ironic. Yeah. And we decided again we were going to investigate the objects. And Nancy and John were there. God, how could I forget those two? We investigated the objects first, so that we did some of the Hoover House. And the objects the first night were pretty active. Some good EVPs. The known name doll was pretty active, which when John sees that, John's like, let's bring them with us on the investigation. And we did.
You even asked, Chris, do you want to take some with you? And I'm like, nope, I'm good.
Yeah, she did what she did. But the Friday night investigation was good. And we had I was in the basement, and I was there the year before, and I didn't have anywhere near the activity that I had this time, both nights. So a lot of EVPs down there, a lot of weird stuff. Then afterwards, did we have pizza that night too?
Yes.
Did we have pizza that night? Everybody ate pizza.
That was Frank's night.
Yeah, everybody hung out that night afterwards. We probably didn't go to bed till, I don't know what time we went to bed.
3 hours in the morning.
Night. Yeah, it was late. And it was so nice to the ghost hunt was over. People were still there. We were hanging on the couch. We were all talking to each other. And it was just, again, you couldn't have scripted a better day for the EVP. Why are you talking? Yeah, that was creepy. That was real creepy.
Hey, Colette.
But that was with the no name doll. I brought the no name doll down there, and she really quite a few EVPs down there, which
Oh,
was
you
awesome.
took her down there too,
Yeah,
huh?
I put first night I
Didn't know
took the
that.
No Name Doll and Jolene jumped out of the chair twice the first night, and um, so then here we are again having a great time with Cody Satori. They're just again, if you haven't met them yet, I know not everyone can attend our events. Cody Satori are just good people.
Very good people.
They're funny, they're engaging, they're they're nice, they're genuine, they're just good people, and they just fit in. That's like I know that sounds weird, but they do. They just fit in, especially with the people that come to
Oh
our
yeah.
events. It's like
Like-minded, sense of humor, the whole 9 yards across the board.
yeah, but like I said, they just fit in. Like the people that a lot of people we knew were there, and they just fit in with everyone. It's like a big kind of family reunion type of thing.
Yeah.
It's because they've been to several of our events. So then we get to Saturday. Now the whole reason that I planned this event the weekend that I did was because I knew Gettysburg was doing their downtown
Hey, Cheryl.
um, celebration, holiday celebration. Again, the gods were smiling on us because it was 55 degrees, sunny, and we were down there with light jackets, and there was stuff going on everywhere. And getting downtown, the circle, vendors all over, right? Those blow up, jumpy things.
Games,
there were
activities,
cookie eating competitions. There were things going on.
Hi, Donna.
Everywhere, and Donna was there.
Yep.
And then we went up to we've been there many times. I can't tell you how many times we've been to Gettysburg, and we've walked that downtown area. We were there for 6 hours on Saturday, and it felt like it was an hour.
Yeah, it went fast. Hi, Ashley. We did have fun. We had a lot of fun.
I mean,
too much fun, maybe.
First, it was me and Chris and Cody and Satori. It was like we're together, and then we're walking. We get two shops, and we run into Nicole and Mike, and then we go a little further down, and we run into Kathy and Patricia, and it was like we forming this bigger group that's all hanging out now and going into the stores, looking at different things. They got roasted chestnuts.
Yeah, they'd never experienced that before, and it was funny because not too many people were getting the roasted chestnuts, and it was funny because they just put them in the pot, and it takes a little bit to do, and John's not known for his patience. They're ready to go, and like let's go do our thing, and all of a sudden you see Satori go, this is interesting. And the men were dressed in period time too. That's what was another thing that made the whole thing really cool. They were doing it the old way, and they'd never tried chestnuts, and I'd had chestnuts before, and they were really good. It was fun. I enjoyed that a lot. See, I like that old time.
Well, you lived in the woods, so you're from the
That's
hills.
all part of the experience.
You're hillbilly, so
you can't help it if you're a humbug.
And eating squirrel is kind of normal for you, but not
John's a bit of a humbug.
Humbug, please.
He's a humbug.
I'm the one who scheduled the thing on the holiday weekend.
Humbug, and the fact is that
you're welcome.
You have no patience. No patience. You can't sit and enjoy. So you got to move.
I'm sorry. When Chris scheduled this holiday event, that's right. Chris didn't schedule any of that, did she?
Dressed. I had the outfit. I had the hat.
Hello, Travis.
I couldn't get him to wear nothing. We found reindeers to take pictures with, but they were people dressed as reindeer. But I found the real reindeer. See?
There's a map that was showing where everything was.
No.
It was real hard for you to find the real reindeer.
Nobody knew what the reindeer were. And then we were sitting there waiting to go in to eat.
There was literally a map posted on signs telling
Kathy was there.
Kathy
knows what I'm talking about.
Which was right behind where we were going to get something to eat. Wow, Sherlock. That must have been really tough to find that.
Chris,
anyway,
they were in an offside place.
So we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that, Patricia. So then we're all
Don't encourage him, Patricia.
We're all walking downtown. There was a few Chris moments this weekend that we won't get into all of them because we'll probably get banned from YouTube. But there were a few moments. So we're driving there.
Satori.
Satori Hawes. There she is. we're driving to Waynesboro. And we're on the live with you guys. You guys probably remember this. And she's talking about some kind of memory, like a memory or something, a bad memory. And she says, well, you just got to rub it out. And I'm like, what? She said, rub it out. And I said, please don't say that again. She's like, what? Rub it out? I said, would you please stop saying? So that was the theme for the weekend. We were literally like all repeating, rub it out every chance that we could. Then we're going.
Don't say it.
We're downtown. No, I'm not going to that part. I would never say because I don't want to get banned from YouTube. But we're downtown, and there was this little kid riding what
a camel.
What obviously was as Satori said, what obviously was a reindeer. Right?
No, it did look like a camel further away.
I'm sorry. It is Christmas month. There's Christmas stuff everywhere. There's lights. There's Santa Claus and Mrs.
I still say
Claus.
It was a camel.
There's, everything you can imagine that says holidays. And this one sees this mechanical thing that goes, ooh, a camel.
No, I said, oh, look, there's a camel ride over there.
A camel ride. I was like, could you believe? Like, everybody looked at each other like, did she just say that? Yeah. Camel? Like, what would a camel ride be doing in the middle of all this Christmas and holiday stuff?
Well, the camels were there for the hey, a baby in a manger. The camels were all there. Sure. The star, follow the star was the whole thing there.
Yeah, we got the whole thing. We know.
That's exactly how it went down, Satori.
Oh boy.
But hey,
so then
to make people laugh.
We're kind of walking.
Thank you, Laura. That's exactly what I said. There were camels in the manger.
So we're walking, and there's this woman. Yeah, Michael posted a picture of the camel. We're walking, and there's this sweet older woman who was dressed as Mrs. Claus, who we didn't know was with her family. She wasn't part of the jubilation. She had just dressed that way and was we literally cornered this woman and made her take like 10 pictures of all of us with her, and she was really, really cool. She was amazing. Veronica was there as well.
She was amazing.
She was really, really cool. And really, Veronica wasn't there? I thought Veronica was there. No? Okay, maybe I was wrong. Oh, it looked like a good time. She doesn't remember anybody was there though, but she remembers the camel. Joseph and Mary didn't take the bus. Yeah. But like I said, downtown, we went in a lot of shops and we just walked around, and I love animals. I got to be honest with you. I love animals. I love animals more than I love people. And to see the reindeer, like people taking pictures with the reindeer, and we all did. But it was a donation that you gave for.
You gave the money so that it was for their upkeep. It was for their feed, their upkeep, and everything like that.
But the one guy, we walk over to it, and you can pet it or whatever, and he like grabs the reins because the thing was starting to get a little antsy, and he's like, made it go in a big circle and come back. And I'm like, I don't want to take a picture with this thing because it's like, I don't know. I don't believe in that. Yeah. No, I mean, it was sad. I don't go for that. Like whenever there's like elephant rides or pony rides and stuff at fairs, and so I cringe because I know those animals are not enjoying that one bit. And even the horse and carriage going down the road with people riding on them. I just
they did, Kathy.
I don't like that at all. So yeah, they all look sad.
The one was the female was 3.5 years old, and the one the male that was a year, just over a year old.
And they weren't camels; they were actual reindeer. So Chris was like, wow, there's camel rides, and then there's camels over here too. This is really cool.
Those were reindeers. You could tell they were reindeers.
Camel ride.
It's not my fault that the other one looked like it was a camel.
That was hilarious, a camel.
Oh, you do have a lot of deer over at the college.
So we had a great time. We all went out to dinner together, late lunch, whatever you want to call it, whatever that restaurant was called. We all go there. We all ate together. Had a great time there. Felt bad for Kathy and Patricia because you paid metered parking. They had to walk all the way back to their car, which was like 3 miles away. But again, we had a great time. I know Cody and Satori wanted to take one of those old time pictures. We actually have one right here, as a matter of fact. Here's ours. You guys see that? That's we did that I don't know how long ago in Gettysburg. God, do you remember what year that was, or even close?
No.
I mean, that's years ago we did that, and they were booked up, so they couldn't get the picture taken. So we again, before you know it, the day's over. And Satori, who I love, Cody and Satori, great people, but Satori reminded me that some idiot planned 2 nights of ghost hunting, so we really couldn't we really couldn't enjoy, because I was saying, it looks great now, but at night when it's all lit up, the trees lit up, the buildings are lit up, and she's like, well, we're not going to be here at night because we have this ghost hunt again tonight, and I'm like, you were thinking it, Satori. You were thinking. She actually said it would be really, we're not going to see it tonight because we have this ghost hunt. And I looked at her like I knew what she was thinking.
See how he operates.
Exactly what she was thinking, and I felt bad. I still feel bad because you know it does look really really cool at night, and that night in particular when the weather was still warm, it was such a beautiful day. I mean, everybody was out there like in long sleeve shirts, walking around and just enjoying it. There were so many people out there, and I felt really bad because next year when we do this, I will, schedule just to go hunt on Friday nights or Saturday night. Everybody can, for being mean to. Well, Satori, about time somebody, said something about how I was treated that weekend. But no, that is not true. They were both. They were awesome. We go back to the Hoover House, and we have yet another meet and greet and another ghost hunt. And again, to their credit, we're all tired. We stayed up late Friday night.
We walked around all morning
and we got up early.
All day.
Oh, let me tell you what happened. Saturday. Again, this story ends with a happy ending because I'll tell you what the whole thing that happened. So Saturday morning, John is a very fussy eater, right? John doesn't eat normal breakfast like normal people. I'm talking about myself in the third person. Well, I got to show you my action figure again, by the way. When it comes to breakfast, I eat eggs and cereal. That's it. And a bagel. I'll have a bagel with butter on it, too. That's it. I don't have a whole wide range of things that I like for breakfast. Pam and Steve are very, very good hosts, great hosts. Pam is a good, really good cook. She takes care of the people there. Again, it's very seamless what Pam does, and that you don't know she's busy. You don't know she's cleaning. She just does it. And everybody else is doing their thing.
Her breakfasts are amazing.
In the morning, Saturday morning, we're like, well, what are we going to do for breakfast? So we decided we were going to go out and get something, Cody Satori and Chris and I, and then we were going to go downtown because everything started at 10 a.m. So we were up a little earlier. Cody Satori, they sleep till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Big stars.
That's what they say about me.
That's
what he says all the
time. These celebrities, like, look, the day starts when we're up. We're celebrities.
Not everybody gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning like you.
Well, so big celebrities. So we got to kind of, work within their schedule. So we go down to Dunkin' Donuts, and we're waiting online. And she ordered what she usually gets, a coffee. I get a tea. I like hot tea. And then we ordered a drink for Pam. 3 different drinks. Well, there was a young girl there who was new, obviously, and she keyed in all the drinks together. So
she was a nice girl.
Very nice girl. So when the guy comes over, who's the manager, he looks at the cup, and it literally is everything was in one. Hazelnut tea, coffee with extra cream, one big drink with all that concoction. So he says to her, these are 3 separate drinks. You got to do them separate. You have to separate them. And she's like, well, I didn't, I wish I was trained by you because whoever showed me this didn't show me the right way. So we're watching this. and waiting for our donuts and our drinks. And she walks by him. They both walk away. She says something to him. He says something back to her. Next thing you know, they both walk away to the corner where we can't see them. And we hear yelling, like yelling. You know, they're yelling at
And to
each
be
other.
fair to the young girl, he was very disrespectful to the girl. The way
Yes.
he said to her in front of us was not cool because she was not. She was very,
He was very condescending. He was
very.
definitely
It was
talking
brutal.
down to her for sure. He was an
And
older
she kind of
older
called
guy.
him out on it, but she did it mildly at first, and then he kept coming at her, and like she was like, no, 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 I'm not putting up with it.
So they're yelling at each other, right? And next thing I know, the side door opens where we are, where we're waiting for our drinks, and she walks out that door and goes out the front door and gone. So me being Mr. Sensitive, you know, I'm like, this is terrible. Where's my tea?
Do you know? So to finish this up,
And my donuts, because she got her coffee, of course. Now I'm waiting for my stuff. Now their internal problems are their problems. I'm waiting for my tea and my donuts, you know? So I was just like, hey man, what's going on here? The guy who got in the fight, he did. Not only did he bring me my tea, perfectly mixed. Perfect.
Lord have mercy.
Perfectly mixed.
Lord
Stirred it up.
mercy.
Usually they don't stir it up real good when you get extra cream and sugar.
But he did.
Perfect. Perfect.
But
so it was breakfast and a show. So, but we felt bad because when we left, we were like, oh man, we just witnessed this girl either get fired or walk out of here.
Well, we think she did, and I said if he had any brains in him, because I'll be very honest, she was very where we were ignored. There was a ton of employees there. We were being ignored, going into order inside. They were concentrating on. There had to have been 15 people back there, and they were all concentrating on the drive-through. And she took the initiative to come over to speak to us, even being somebody new who wasn't comfortable with doing, and she did, and she was really good to us. She never got impatient, you know, like with the people getting nervous and whatever. She wasn't. She was so kind, and she had the sweetest smile.
Yes.
And it certainly didn't help that she looks like my daughter, which was really bizarre in itself. But it ate at me the whole time. And I kept saying to John, I said, do you know how much it bothers me? It weighs on me that girl left, that she's not there, that she's not. And we ended up going back in the next morning and getting drinks. She was there.
Yeah, I would have called corporate too, Celine, but he made my tea perfect. Just perfect.
That's what I'm gonna do.
So no, we were very happy to see her. And he wasn't there on Sunday when we got our drinks before we left, but she was very pleasant. She seemed like she was in a good mood. And we were like, oh good, she's here. So then we have the other running gag for the weekend, which was, well, actually, there was a few things that happened that were kind of weird and kind of strange. Now, if this is you,
don't say that. Don't
what?
Say it.
What our room?
Don't say it.
Why?
Don't.
Somebody went in our room
because it'll embarrass somebody there, and I mean, I don't want Pam and Steve to be embarrassed. Don't do it.
What's so embarrassing about somebody went in our room and went to the bed and used the restroom? Because normally all the doors in the place are open, like when people are checking in and stuff like that. And our room, the doors were shut, but none of the doors were locked. We didn't lock our doors, but somebody had gone into our room and used the restroom. So we were like, what? How did this happen? Because it's just, again, people are staying there, and it might have even been, it could have been anybody. But we're like, how did that happen? We knew it wasn't a ghost, but that was weird. And then we had, no, you can't make this stuff up.
And we only know because the evidence was left behind.
Say, I didn't see that. Was talking about embarrassing people. So then we had Cody, who is a professional ghost hunter. Has been in a lot of places and done a lot of things. Both Cody and Satori were in the basement, and there was a lot going on. Sure. Those dolls were very, very active, especially the first night, the new doll, who I don't have a whole lot of information, a lot of good EVPs. But the second night, I brought Liza and Jolene down there. and they were Cody. That's every. And so anyway, so the second night I have Liza and Jolene, and if you haven't seen those dolls, you can look them up. Jolene's like a big kind of Raggedy Ann looking doll, and
She's
Jolene's
sweet.
like this little doll with a pretty dress on, and on the stand, and things are happening. We're getting great EVPs, which I'm going to get to in a minute, and things are happening. Well, Cody's standing in the doorway of this side room, and this mannequin leg that's propped up against the wall either slid out or was pushed, and it hit Cody in the leg, and Cody like jumped to the side and was like, that leg just hit me. And we're like, get out of here. He's like, that leg just hit me. I'm standing here and that leg just hit me. So we're like, oh my God, whatever. So later on in the night, Brian, who I don't know if Brian's watching or not, Brian and I had a great time this weekend. Um, Brian and I are down in the basement. We're talking about the whole Cody thing, and we're down cleaning up, and there's the leg. So we're like, it would be funny. Let's take the leg and let's put it on their bed. And this way, when they go up to the room, the leg is standing up there. So here we are, like two kids, we have the leg. We're going up the basement stairs, and we go to push open the door. Cody's right there in the hallway talking to someone. So we close the door real quick, and we're there. And I'm like, Brian, I'll distract Cody. You go bring the leg up and put it on the bed. So I come out and I see Pamela. Hey, Pam. I see Cody talking, and I'm like, hey, Cody, blah, 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 blah. So we're talking to other people. Brian, again, like a ninja, runs up there, puts the leg on the bed and takes a picture of it, comes back down and shows it to me. So we're laughing. So then we see, Cody and Satori were hanging out afterwards in this side room in the back. That's where we had the Domino's pizza. Night number 2 was Domino's pizza we ordered. I ate more food this weekend than forget about it. But so I'm like, Cody, we got a little something for you. And we put it up in your room. Why are you doing that? It's very distracting.
I'm just
it's seriously so distracting to see you covering your face the whole time. Such a weirdo. And so we're like, we got you something. We left it up in your room. He's like, you guys didn't have to do that. I'm like, no, this is something we didn't spend a lot of money on it or whatever, but it is something we really thought that you would enjoy. And he's like, really? You really didn't have to do. I'm like, no, you're gonna like it. Just when you go up to your room, you'll see it. It's on the bed. Just enjoy it. I think it's something you really enjoy. So we're downstairs and we're sitting at the bar, we're hanging out. Here comes Cody with the wooden leg, and he's like, he called me a bad word. He did call me a bad word. He didn't mean, he was joking, and he hit me with the leg, and we're all laughing and we're all laughing. So fast forward to later on, we're sitting at the bar, we're talking to Nancy and to John, and we're just hanging with Deb and everything, laughing and joking. Now it's like 1:30. We're tired. We go up to our room, open the door. Not only is the leg there, but it has Christmas lights around it, and it's blinking, blinking, blinking. And I was like, "You son of a bee, you son of a bee!" And we were laughing, the whole time. It was just so we take the leg and we put it outside of Brian's room because Brian was involved in it.
Yeah.
And we leave it right outside of his room.
We added more lights.
Yeah, and it was funny. The whole run and jump. The leg picture's in one of the photos that I posted, but it was so much fun. So much fun.
And we had some, besides the things that John had going on, we were in the middle of everything kept, and this is because I don't think we really got to talk to Pam, and Pam's on here about this, but everything in my group was
still on the hallway.
Still on the bench. It was based around the bones, and we didn't have the bones in the room with us.
You have to explain what the bones are.
Well, the bones are bones that were found under the porch of the Hoover house, and they have 2 bones. They believe one's a shoulder bone and one's part of a hip bone, and they were in the other room. And what I was doing, information about this kept coming up. And we took him and we brought him into the room we were and set him on the table in between us all. And I think we were in the room for a good probably at this point, I think it was the second group, and all of a sudden, boom, these big old bells that Pam had hanging the whole entire weekend off of this drawer came crashing down and made everybody jump. And it was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, again, the EVPs we got in the basement with the dolls, and I don't know if Satori's watching anymore, but we Jolene was very very active.
They're good.
They're doing
They're
fine.
doing really
Cody's
good.
Satori.
They're good.
Satori was just on here. I don't know if she's still on, but they're doing good. But the last group I have Jolene and Liza. They're two dolls, but the mixture is kind of weird. You know, like they vie for attention when they're kind of near each other, especially when I'm working with them, and they love their Uncle John. But everybody knows that. They Satori will say it. Everyone will say they love their Uncle John because Uncle John talks to them. Yeah, he puts them in rooms by themselves, and well, we won't talk about that. But I like to isolate them and kind of put people in there with them and see what happens. But yes, almost like sisters. And I have Liza has a stand. I have her on the table. Jolene is sitting in a chair next to Liza. Literally within 2 minutes of them being there and the group sitting down, Liza moves and lurches forward, and then Jolene lurches forward out of the chair, and then Liza moves. Everybody saw it. Every but me. I was looking behind me because everybody went like, "Whoa!" And I'm like, "What? Behind me?" Everybody saw it in that group. Not one. They both moved. How crazy is that?
Uh, it was beyond crazy.
So then we're doing EVPs. We're getting a lot of EVPs. Um, And I asked Satori, I said, before we finish, I said, Satori, I'm going to take Jolene in her chair and I'm going to put her in the back of the basement. I want you to sit right next to her and I want you to ask her 3 questions. And Satori, I don't know if you're watching still, but I don't remember what all 3 questions were. But, and maybe any of you guys were there, you could remind me. But Satori did. She went back there, pitch black. They're sitting next to each other. Now, I don't remember the other 2, but one of the questions, hey, David, was Jolene, what's your favorite color?
Oh.
One of the clearest EVPs that everybody heard in a little girl's voice was, yeah, she said, do you like the color red or green? And the clearest little girl voice said, no, she asked what her favorite color was. She said, what's your favorite color? And she said, it's green. And the way she said green was like singing it. She said, green. And we all looked at each other. That was another one. We all looked at each other like, did you freaking hear that? And I must have played it back like 5 times. And it was so clear and so freaky. And the other question was, do you miss the kids at the school? Because Jolene was owned by someone at a boarding school or a foster or whatever. And
Daycare.
she said,
Right.
yes. And then I don't know if it was what we could do for you. It was something else. But I can't remember the third question. But she got a response on all 3 questions.
Wow.
It was that, again, it was like the only way I could describe it was the those dolls being down in that basement.
Please.
There was a woman that I kept kind of getting EVPs from in the back of the basement, and then there was a little boy who was coming through in one of the side rooms, whose voice I heard a couple of times. It was like those dolls supercharged the basement. That's what made me think of John Zaffis.
Even when you were doing what you were doing with everybody, your bell kept dinging when Liza kept dinging when Satori was asking questions. Go ding right on cue.
I don't remember, Donna. We got a couple Friday night. Friday night we got a lot of great EVPs too. It was that basement, and I think the dolls, like again, John Zaffis said, spirit attracts spirit. I think having those dolls there with their energy in that area that probably already has energy was like turning the knob up. And man, was it no, there's no video, Bonnie. This was a private
I have to tell you something else that was bizarre that happened when we kicked off and we got going. we heard this big boom, and I had chairs because when you're doing things and you've got a lot of ground and area, where everybody can go back and forth. um I actually was working in this one room doing what we were doing in the investigation, and I had a chair sitting so you could see the hallway and the stairwell where everybody was, so you could watch everything going on. And then all of a sudden there was a big boom. Is this what it was? Yeah, it was loud as
Oh,
heck,
really loud.
and all of a sudden we heard, like, I said, what was that? Was that because I said to the person sitting in the chair, did you see it? And just like they were shaking their head like there's nothing there. And then all of a sudden Cody comes from upstairs from the basement. He goes, was that you guys? What did you guys, did somebody get hurt? They were coming up to see if somebody fell. And the strange part was is they thought it was us. We thought it was them. And so I took off upstairs to where Pam was, and they never heard a thing.
No, it sounded like you slammed the door from upstairs. Hey, Lewis. And we all were just like, damn, like, wow, she slammed that door hard. And then people were like, I don't know, was that her? Was that her? Like, it had to be her. And to his credit, Cody ran right up those stairs to see.
And he saw we weren't even out
fully
there.
expected someone to be right in the hallway. We expected to see either you to be walking away and say, yeah, I did it because you guys were being loud or whatever. But no, that was really,
That's
really
not
cool.
even my MO. I would never slam a door.
Well, it was really, really cool either way. And we were just like,
it was crazy.
Wow.
And the thing was, John's group heard it, our group heard it, but Pam's group didn't hear a single thing, and they're all sitting down in a room.
My deal is, like, take it again beyond like what we're doing and what we're experiencing. You wonder, again, perfect storm. Those objects were there. We've had the objects there before and didn't have this kind of activity in the basement. Jolene was a little active last time, but not to the extent of the EVPs I got this time. Yeah. You wonder, and Pam, you would know better than I would, does the holiday season have anything to do with it? You know what I mean? Like, are the people there aware that it's the holiday season and it's a group gathering and everyone's kind of celebrating, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You wonder if that factors into anything. Lit up the Rampart Green. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Jolie's very active. And I enjoy Jolene and Liza. I wasn't going to concentrate on Liza the second night, but like Chris said, I have my new EMF bell, and I'm literally pointing at things saying, is this you? Is this you? Who's making that bell go up? And bing, Liza.
That's true.
Liza, is that you? Bing, off it goes again. And she was just like, okay, I'm here. Last night you ignored me. Tonight you are not ignoring me. And boy, oh boy, she was great. The two of them together are awesome. Both nights, as you said, the different dynamics. Yeah, and I think again, there's more to that too. In that, different groups of people, different energy. But the basement was active both nights for me. I don't know how it was by you.
Oh, it was active, and unfortunately, one of the people that was in the group, and I'm not going to say if they're not comfortable with it, was affected and was open to what happened, and it created this whole synergy of things that she had to go through, and it was just, again, just sometimes you're open to things you don't expect, and it just changes your perspective on things. So it's definitely unique. Like I always say, you put together the perfect storm of energy. Yeah.
Well, Steve, let me show you something, Steve.
Hold on. No. Here we go. But yeah, it was definitely really interesting, and the different people and the different things that were happening. We had a lot of activity. Oh, here it comes. Help me now.
So you reach certain levels in this field where, sure, TV people,
you'll see, Michael,
and all that other thing, people that, do these different lectures at colleges and
pretty
stuff.
Soon I'm not going to be able to have a roof on this house.
It is very rarefied air when someone designs your own action figure for you. I mean, there's Paranormal Savior mug, there's a Paranormal Savior shirt, Paranormal Savior hat, but now we have that. The Paranormal Savior action figure. There he is. in all of his glory. There he is. Huh? Look at that.
And the shades. Look at that.
So, haterade over here, a little jealous. I understand. I would be too if I were her.
I'm good.
But
I'm
A-okay. People making action figures. I can't stop them. I can't stop them. I'm just me.
His head is growing, the ceiling is gonna have to be raised. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just me, people. This is it. Just me. I'm not, no different than any of you. I'm just. Oh wait, there he is again. There he is. See? Look. There we are.
Oh, sugar. Oh, sugar.
But I was very touched by that. That was a gift from Kevin McIntyre. Is that how you say his last name?
Who?
Kevin, right? McIntyre. I was really I thought he was playing a gag gift on me because he gave me like one. It was in like one of those canisters that you have to unscrew, and I'm like, I actually pointed it at Steve, and I'm like, what's this gonna do? And I popped it open.
That's gonna explode.
I'm like, what is this? And I opened it and I saw that. I was like, this is like the coolest gift.
He was really too. I was already told I can't touch it. I cannot touch it.
You can't. Why would
I'm not allowed to touch it. And every time he couldn't find it after he put it down, he goes, "What'd you do with it? Where'd you put it?" And I didn't do anything with it.
And believe me, there was a lot of haterade from. It's just jelly. Jelly.
I have no haterade.
It's really, really hard.
I'm not drinking the
really hard when you get in a car with someone and you're in a room later on at night with this person and they see the adulation and they're like, why not me? Why? I have to wear hats and make camel jokes and nobody makes me an action figure. And I said, well, someday don't get down.
Oh, you think that's an action figure?
It can happen. Don't get down.
Don't
you touch. You dare.
That's a Christmas ornament.
It is an action figure.
That is a Christmas ornament.
Touch that haterade.
That is not an action figure.
Let's grab the
action figures they move.
Let's grab the Christerian one. Oh wait.
They move.
Let's wait. There is none.
Let's educate John. Action figures move.
But see what I mean? It's just so.
Yeah, you're right.
Oozes.
You're right. You're right, Luann. Yeah, that's right. And he hated it, Luann.
She's not going to take it out on me and Mini Me. Right? My new co-host. Look, this one, if I don't talk, he'll talk. And it'll be much more entertaining than the person next to me.
Well, that's a lovely little thought. Hey, look at Luann's on here. Luann made this for me. Isn't this absolutely stunning?
Did you get a rock?
She painted that on. Look at
a painted rock.
Awesome.
That's what your fans give you. Painted rocks.
Look at that. Isn't that cool?
That's what your fans give you, painted rocks. Wow. Well, that was very nice. I like Luann.
So. Oh, Luann is talented. But look at the artwork on this stone. Look at the eye. Look at that. I'm like amazed by it.
Did you see the jelly? She's got to show you a rock compared to. Come on. Let's be honest, people. Look at that. Come on. He's even got a little NJP on his shirt. I don't know if you can see that. He's got a little NJP on his shirt.
Oh.
That's what it was, Big Lebowski. He painted it with the glasses and everything. So very, very cool of him to do that. But yeah.
How many times I go,
I don't know what you're talking. She's just jelly. It's just so hard. So hard for her. It really is. I imagine that, the great men in history, suffered the same thing. It's hard. Both are beautiful, but I don't know about that.
I agree 100%, Dorothy.
Charlie Brown, I got a rock.
Really good people.
Thank you. But anyway,
I'm happy with that. I love this piece of artwork.
We again, everyone that was there this weekend, Pam, Steve, amazing hosts. Hoover House, we love the Hoover House. Such a great bed and breakfast. If you're ever in the Waynesboro area or if you're planning a trip for the summer or whatever, nicer weather, definitely. The building's great. Pam and Steve are great. They're awesome to hang out with. They're like family to us now. And we can't thank them enough for being such great hosts and opening up their home and their bed and breakfast to us and all the people, Cody Satori, everybody who came there. Everyone who showed up that weekend and with here's the thing that people always say about like the events that we do and even the expo. Um, these events and and Patricia mentioned it too. They are community events,
Yeah.
family. We're not in this to be separate or anything different than part of the community. That's what we're always when it comes to you guys and us, part of the community. And it made us feel so good that the weekend was as great as it was, and that we were not the only ones who were there enjoying it. Cody Satori loved it. They had a great time. I messaged them after, great weekend. And then yeah, we know about the Conjuring, the barn. We heard all about that. We talked to them. Um,
He has his
but
glasses on, Celine,
what?
because he said, "Hey, gorgeous," and she asked him if he had his glasses on. But anyways, yeah,
I have
great weekend.
no clue what you're talking
Just
about.
keep going. They do. We're good. Great
Go
weekend.
ahead. Yeah.
And we actually got to spend time with Pam. What we never, and Steve wasn't feeling so hot, so he didn't come downtown. But we got to spend time with Pam like we haven't been able to, and it was just amazing and fun and enjoyable. We got to laugh together. We got to do photos together. We did a lot of things, and that, like John said, when we went downtown in the morning, it seemed like we were only there for like an hour. It went by so fast, but we were there for quite a long time. And it was a lot of fun. And it was nice seeing everybody sitting at the table and just having conversations going back and
Honey, they're
forth.
all okay. Just the barn. It was the barn that caught
Yeah,
fire.
nobody
Nobody
got
was in
hurt.
the barn. Everything was fine. Nobody was hurt. Cody Satori are fine, and everybody else is fine. Um, other thing I want to mention because I saw that Rachel was on. Everyone who supported us for our fundraiser. Rachel, again, thank you for your amazing gift. I mean, really, we can't thank you all enough. Everyone that was there at the Baron, everyone who's donated since, honestly, thank you guys so much. Above and beyond anything we could have ever hoped for. The fact that people are still saying they want to afterwards, and Rachel did when we were away for the weekend. So again, thank you all for that. Really, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate it. We had, besides the weekend, which was awesome, and the ride home, um, we knew we had a dinner scheduled with the mayor
Yeah.
of Woodbridge last night. Now we knew, again, we were tired, and we were like, oh wow, we have that dinner to go to. It was Chris, myself, the mayor, all the mayor's advisory committee, I mean Terry Sharkey, his wife Peg, and everyone who helps us from the expo, from the township. They were there. The mayor decided to treat everyone and say thank you because the expo raised more money for the Woodbridge Charity Fund than it ever has in the past. And some of that money is going to someone who had a tragedy literally this week or last week, a
Yeah.
very serious tragedy
Very
involving
serious one.
fire and a death. So they're going to donate some of that money to help these people, which again, right here, I mean, we we've done this for now 9 years, almost 10 years. We're going on number 10. And with the support from everyone who attends the expo this year, especially the money that was raised the most ever, that money doesn't go to a millionaire, a corporation, a casino, some private person who's throwing this thing on their
Doesn't go
own
to
and
us.
making money. It doesn't go to us. That money that you pay to the Woodbridge Charity Fund, you can see it online when you pay cash at the door, it's the Woodbridge Charity Fund people, the mayor's people. That money goes directly to helping people. And it's real. I mean, we heard about it yesterday and we were like, you're so moved by that, hearing this is actually what the money is going for. We hear about what happened to this person and their family, and everybody in the room got quiet, like,
Yeah.
wow. It was great that we somehow contributed to that with all of you, the people that are friends of ours that volunteered to help that day, the people that showed up and paid to come to the event and had a great time. That money doesn't go to someone for profit. The expo has never been about that, and it never will be. That money goes to help people,
It's invested in
and
others who need it.
and it really goes to them. And that's what makes us different than all of the others. And we're damn proud of that. So to be there with all of these people, the mayor paid for all of these people to eat at a very nice Italian restaurant in Woodbridge, to be with those people. And the mayor made a speech thanking everyone there. The head of the MAC team, Terry, another great speech, very, very touching for Chris and I, the things that they were all saying. And then we made a speech because we would have nothing. The expo would be nothing.
That's right, Colette.
Without those people. They're there just like us, volunteers. This year they gave 2 days.
Our volunteers that
our
that
volunteers,
came,
our
that
friends that helped. For what? What did you get all out of it? Know what we all got out of it? There's some people now out there that are going to have food for Thanksgiving, food for Christmas, who may have suffered a tragedy or a loss, who are going to get maybe not everything they need, but they're going to get something.
This person's their home burnt down, and they're actually getting treated for burns and everything, and they've lost everything. Yeah. And this is what the money's going to go towards. And we don't always get to know where the money. Right. We know what the money's being used for, and we know, but sometimes there's such a privacy thing, and you've got to be very, so we don't really dwell unless we know it's going to a certain, like 1 year it went for mental health, another year it went for cancer treatments. Those things are very, they're open, they're definitive, whatever. But when you actually hear that somebody who's right here that's going through something really horrible, and that's going to be waiting for them when they come out, when they know they've lost everything.
I mean, we were, again, everything got kind of quiet in the room because it was all so real. When you're doing it and you're raising that money, like Chris said, a lot of the times we're like, we know it's going towards people who are in need, at different times. But to hear the real story about, and we looked at each other like, wow, again, not just us, everyone who attended, all of our friends who volunteered, all of the mayors, this is just, you just can't help but feel good about that. And we feel really, really good about that. And it matters. All that work, all the time, the I was sick this year, the pain at our bodies, it's to hear that makes you go, that was even nothing. If we make that much of a difference, it's a that much of a difference in a positive way to help people. And that means everything.
What's the old saying, for the grace of God go on?
Right. So that was really good too. So we're in the process of planning the next one. The other thing is this coming weekend, we're only doing 2 more things to wrap up the year. One of them being this Saturday, we're going to be at the Burlington Prison. Very honored to be invited by the Historic Society. They're opening up the jail, which sounds weird, for 1 day this year. It's been closed for 1.5 years to renovations, and they're opening it up for 1 day, and they've invited us to be the host for that day. And then they're closing it till January, till they finish doing whatever else they need to do, cleaning it and everything else.
It's an honor.
So we were definitely honored to be the group that was invited in. So we'll be there 12 to 4 on Saturday, meeting and greeting, take a tour of the prison, see the renovations. We'll be seeing them for the first time as well. Everything that they did, all the differences to the outside wall, to the inside. Come hang out, talk to us. We'll be there. There's a ghost hunt later that night, but that's been sold out forever. But support the prison. Come hang out with us. It's the last thing you're going to be able to do with us before the holidays. And then, we're not going to do any.
We have Shannon, the palm reader, that's going to be there. And, my brain.
She's going to be there.
The rune and bone reader.
That's a good question, John. We're going to find that out. We're going to find that out Saturday night, to be honest with you. And I'm looking forward to that.
But it's the first 15 people that get in and sign up for it and do a donation of $10 that Ed Anderson, thank you, that, will get the reading. Like, you sign up the first 15 for Shannon, and then there's another 15 for, you can't do both. You got to pick one. So a total of 30 people that will be read by two different readers.
Again, that's first come, first serve. You have to make a $10 donation to the prison. Again, that's
for the readings.
That's what this is all for. This is the Historic Society welcoming people back, showing them the renovations, and they asked us, so we're more than happy to do it. And then so come out 12 to 4. We're going to be there. Like I said, hang out, spend as much time as you want to spend there hanging out with us, touring the jail. The place is haunted. You'll probably walk around and get different vibes in different areas. And then the last thing we're doing for the year is the Creeper Gallery Ghost of Christmas Past Haunted Object Investigation on December 15th. And then that's it. But I don't think we're going to be resting for long. Here's a little hint of what's coming up in 2024. I talked to the legend, John Zaffis, today. We talked on the phone for a while. John is going to do three events at Camp Evans in 2024. First one being in March. So John will be joining us 3 times at Camp Evans. And if you went last time, you know how awesome it is with him being there. If you missed it, you'll have 3 opportunities to come this time. So John will be there 3 times with us this year. And we're planning a lot of other things in a lot of other places. So there will be more downtime, I hear. But
I'm not holding my breath.
There will be. But
thank you, Susan, for that.
Yes. See, Susan. One thing John Zaffis doesn't have.
You need to, Veronica. There's going to be 3 of them.
John Zaffis doesn't have that. Okay. All legendary status. Doesn't have one. Anyway. But we'll be doing some live investigations too. I want to get back into that. We haven't done that as a group in a while. So there's stuff I want to do, places I want to go. And the prison. We'll be doing more events at the prison because we like supporting them. So we'll probably do a couple there, 2, 3 there, along with Liberty Hall and Camp Evans and everywhere else. So, but yeah, 2 more for this year. Come out Saturday. Come hang out with us. Enjoy the holiday season. Support the prison, and hopefully we'll see you there. Otherwise, today is Tuesday. We're having dinner with Donna Marion tomorrow. Haven't done that in a couple of years.
Oh, we're doing at least 5 at the mine.
Yeah,
definitely.
Haven't had dinner with Donna and Joe, her husband, for a couple of years now to celebrate the holidays. We'll be there tomorrow.
Yep.
With Donna, having dinner, hanging out. Again, this has been a really good holiday season so far. We've been really blessed in things that have come our way as far as the expo, Gettysburg weekend, Waynesboro weekend, the mayor acknowledging us, hanging out with Donna. We're going to go into the city in a couple of weeks. So enjoy it, man. We only get one trip around the Blue Marble. Enjoy it with friends, with family and loved ones. And don't let these holiday seasons go by in a blink. Take the time to pump the brakes and really, really enjoy it because it goes by so fast.
It does. And just try to look out for each other. And like sometimes for, more people than you realize, the holidays brings along a depression and, things that happen. So just kind of look out for your neighbors and those that are on their own and whatever. And just remember to be kind and loving to the people around you, because like I always say, it does make a difference. When do we have our next interviews?
Dustin Parry's on December 11th. I'm still waiting to hear back from Steve Gonzalez, and Chip Coffey is December 21st. So there is stuff coming up as far as the interviews. Dustin will be first. Chip is definitely going to be towards Christmas, and I'm waiting on Steve Gonzalez to get back to me. So there should be 2 or 3 coming up before we wrap this thing up. And I don't know if I convince John Zaffis to come on or, but we'll see. Anyway.
So be safe, stay healthy, and please be kind to each other. And please don't buy John Ruggiero any more paranormal savior dolls. Or should I say action figures?
All right, guys.
Good night,
Have a
everybody.
good night. We'll see you soon.